This winter, I am creating new tea blends for next season. For the tea blends that I am working on today and that I really want to create from next year, it's a tea blends that will enhance, support the focus, the memory, the concentration, and the mental cognition. And so I wanted to show you how do I do to create tea blends based on this example. So the first thing I do when I am brainstorming on which herbs I'm going to use for the tea blends is to make the list of all the herbs that come to my mind. And when we speak about plants that enhance the mental cognition or help with the memory and concentration, there is a main category of herbs that does that. It's the herbs that we call nootropic. And nootropic herbs include rosemary, holy basil, bacopa, gotukola, ginkgo biloba. You have lion's mane, which is a mushroom also. And you have also a category of plants that are nervine tonic, so we will bring nutrients to the mental. Milky oats and skullcap that are nervine tonic. And then there is other herbs that came to my mind. You have sage. I think sage is also a nootropic. It helps with the memory. And then you have lavender and peppermint that I think combined with rosemary can really bring a nice flavor and a nice function too. So once my list is done, I will look at which herbs can I grow locally or source locally. Because of course I am looking to create Nordic blends with herbs that we can have here in Nordic country, because I am 100% for local herbalism. So even if those herbs are really great, bacopa, gotukola, ginkgo biloba, unfortunately they grow in warmer climates, and it's really hard to grow them here unless you have a greenhouse, and I don't have a greenhouse, and it will be extremely costly to grow it on a large scale which is large enough, those herbs in greenhouse. Then the lion's mane, it's a mushroom and could be grown actually in Sweden, but I'm not growing mushroom. But the farm I am collaborating with, Leroy, is planning in the future to grow mushrooms indoor, and so, for example, lion's mane could be sourced locally from them. So it remains sage, lavender, peppermint, milky oat, skullcap, holy basil, and I have rosemary a bit on the side, because you can grow rosemary in Sweden, but it dies in winter unless you bring it indoor in winter. And for me it's really hard to grow plants in pots and then bring it inside. At the scale I'm doing is not possible. So, but I could try to grow it for one summer season as an annual and then replant it every year. But I'm not sure how much herbs it's going to give me, and if that is kind of sustainable. So I need to test it out. If I really want rosemary in my tea blend, because it's a really great nootropic herb, and I can't have it in Sweden, then I will source it probably in France, where I know there is other small-scale local farmer like me who grow sustainably herbs in France. So, and have the same value, so that's where I could potentially source the rosemary. So once I have my list selected of herbs that I can grow locally and use for my tea blends, then I am looking to know how will I kind of spread them into the tea blend, which one will be the main herbs, which one will be the supporting herbs, and which one will be the catalyst herbs, which one can balance the energetic, emotional, or bring flavor, for example. So this is all consideration that you need to have. So that's triangle. It's a quite famous formula, let's say, to think about a tea blend. So on the top of this triangle, you have the primary herbs, the one who has the primary function for your tea blend, the one who will be the most present in your tea blends. Then you have the supportive herbs, the one who will kind of enhance, support the function of the primary herbs, or extend its function by bringing something else. And then you have the catalyst herbs that will kind of give a kicks to the formula to kind of make sure the primary and the supportive herb reach the place in the body where they need to be reached, for example. So it can be a herbs that enhance the circulation. But I like to use so that's how the catalyst herbs is usually used, but I use it a bit differently. For me, the catalyst herbs will be the herbs that will kind of balance the tea blends either emotionally, energetically, or in flavor. So that's how I use a catalyst herb. So here, for example, I thought that the primary herbs should be rosemary or sage, which to me are really great nootropic herbs, and the supportive herbs should be nervine tonic herbs, so like milky root and skullcap. I like holy basil. Holy basil could also be in the primary herbs, but I am unsure at the moment. And then for the catalyst herbs, I put peppermint and lavender because they are really aromatic, and they really kind of, depending on what I want to work with, they will also kind of bring balance, energetic, flavor, and emotional. If you mix peppermint with rosemary, for example, you get a nice blend that will kind of bring clarity and help with focus and getting the head out of the cloud and really with the concentration. If you blend rosemary with lavender, then you get tea blend which is more kind of calming, and also in a situation when you have to take a hard decision, it helps you to kind of calm down and take a step back, breathe, and see the situation in a more like general perspective and take the decision. And last step, it's to test it. Just test with different blends. Test whether rosemary with this plant, like test it, test a different plant, test how they are going together, and then adjust accordingly. And I'm going to do that during the holiday when I'm back in Sweden, and I will have access to all my herbs, yes, and I will be able to create that tea blend. I hope this video was really helpful. I'm really enjoying to teach. So this is something, let me know if you want more video like this, because I can definitely do it.